What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
What's going on? Hey, miss. What's going on?
Hello, how are you?
I'm well.
Hi. So, I did have a question. I've been watching you, actually binge watching you today.
hmm
So I just found your channel and I am trying to become more of a high value woman that I feel I should be and I am working
Okay.
towards. Um, my question is, I've had plenty of high value men in my past. However, as you've put it in some of your videos, I haven't been able to close the deal because I usually self-sabotage.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how can I avoid being having, I guess, imposter syndrome while I'm dealing with men that see value in me, but I somehow don't see it in myself.
Okay. So, how old are you?
I'm 29.
29. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'5",
Dress size?
128.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to you saying the
Uh,
pounds. I'm 128 and my dress size is a 5.
Okay. And then what would I rank you if I saw you? Scale of 1 to 10. No sevens.
I would say a lot of men give me a 9. I could provide a picture, but I kid you not, that's what people say. But
You're gonna
again,
provide me
I
a
do
picture.
have imposter
You can
syndrome.
provide me a picture. But okay. So, and what area of the country are you in?
I'm in the US in the Midwest,
Are you in a major city, like an international city? Oklahoma City, Chicago,
Chicago.
Chicago. And do you
Yes.
want to be married?
Absolutely.
Y-
But in your videos, I have noticed that I think one of my problems as well is that I haven't seen that example in real life. So I get a little nervous about it, especially the last time I was
oh,
offered. I don't feel like I really deserve it.
What do
So
you
go ahead.
mean? Somebody offered to marry you?
Yes, my last boyfriend, he was a high value male. He did ask for my hand in marriage in front of my family. I said yes, but 2 weeks went past and I did start to act very unreasonable, and I kind of threw that
Okay.
out.
And is your dad in your life?
No, he is
All
not.
right. So, um, raised by mom,
I'm
raised
sorry.
by your mother.
Yes,
Did you
I
go?
am.
Did you graduate from college?
Yes, I did. I graduated from a major university in
And
finance, but I do not work in
you have a
finance.
graduate degree?
I have a bachelor's
Yes.
degree.
Okay. So, first things, have you ever had any professional counseling?
Yes, I have, and I'm currently in counseling right now.
And is there anything that you're taking current meds for, like Prozac, Zoloft, any depression, anything like that?
No, I'm not taking current meds, but I have had a few breakthroughs with my counselor,
So if
therapist.
and only if you want to disclose, I mean, uh,
Sure.
anything dealing with attachment, abandonment, acceptance.
Yes, yes, abandonment
Right.
issues.
There you go. Abandonment. Abandonment.
Hmm.
All right. So not to get I'll let your counselor do what he does. Um
Sure.
now wanting to be why do you want to be married?
Well, I would like to have children someday, and I've always saw myself with a family and with a husband. Um, but for me, sometimes it feels like a pipe dream.
Okay. You want to have children. You always saw yourself as a
Yes.
family. Okay.
And a
Okay.
husband, yes.
Anything else you want to add to that?
Um, I just like I said, wow, I'm getting emotional already. I just feel like an imposter. I get a lot of compliments about myself and the qualities I have, but I don't see them. And I feel like they may abandon me like my father did.
Have you ever is your father was he alive or is he dead?
He's alive.
Where is he at?
He always wanted
Where's
boys.
he at?
Well, he has, he's not a very good role model himself, but he goes from, woman to woman,
Well,
has
where's he
several
at?
kids,
But
but
where's he at?
he he's in the city, but
Chicago?
I don't know where he is. I can't
Okay.
yes, but I
Listen,
can't
listen,
get
sis,
hold
sis,
of
sis.
them.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Uh, Papa was Rolling Stone, right?
Yes.
Have you ever heard his side of the story from him?
Yes.
Okay. And what did he tell you? About,
He said that he always wanted a boy.
okay. Uh, and your mother and your father obviously weren't married, right?
No, they were
Okay,
not at no
so you
point.
were more or less, we call it a love child. Was he active? Was
Sure.
he active in your life at all?
Not that I could remember, but my mom said he was.
All right, so I'm gonna talk to this subject because I was even in this
Sure.
subject. Oftentimes, children have abandonment issues from fathers who, this is going to be hard to hear, but I've been in it.
Sure.
Fathers who never wanted to be fathers.
Mhm.
So for your father to say he wanted sons, that's his truth. Did you ever ask your mother, Mom, why did you decide to go through with the pregnancy? And I said, and I tell you, no, you laugh, but I asked my mother this very question. I asked
Mhm.
my mother this very question. My father has 13 children. I asked my mother this question: why? Because we struggled growing
Mhm.
up, and I saw a lot of stuff that I mean, obviously it wasn't ideal. And I asked my mom, why?
Mhm.
And you got his side of the story, and you feel some kind of way about that, right? But
Yeah.
I would gather that you don't have any smoke for your mother.
I have smoke for both of
Okay,
them, but
but have
not
you
much
ever asked
smoke.
what? See, here's the thing. You're an adult now. Let me move on down this path. You know how relationships
Sure.
work. When you
Mhm.
were a kid, you had no defenses against this. Now you see how this works. People like each other, hook up. One woman gets pregnant. Next thing you know, instead of having an abortion, she decides to have a baby with a dude she's wasn't even with for 6 months, and then tries to make that dude be a father, maybe or maybe not. Then the kid has to suffer that. So it is
Sure.
not unusual to have abandonment issues, but the way in which you can address abandonment issues is to understand that your mama and your daddy would in today's climate, you see this all over. She
Mhm.
shouldn't have made him a father, and she shouldn't have been a mother because it's like my mother. I was like, why didn't we get on child support? Why we don't do all this? A lot of black mothers. I'm back up. This is gonna be hard here. A lot of women wear a single mother on their chest like a badge of honor and don't realize what it does to the kids. So I need all you single mothers that I've talked to understand this is what I'm talking about. This is the fruits of you not thinking about putting a strong man in front of your child, backing up. We raise broken people. You raise weak boys and either masculine or very insecure women. And it sounds like you're an attractive woman on the outside,
Thank you.
but on the inside, you're a mess. And
Sure.
it's not a death sentence.
Mhm.
What if you're actively working with a therapist? Kudos. Um,
Thank you.
the man who proposed to you, how long
Mhm.
ago was that?
This was February 2019.
Okay, where's he at now?
Still in my phone somehow.
There's a story there. Why did you gave the ring back?
Yes, I did.
And what was the reason you gave it?
I told him that I wasn't ready for a family.
And what did he say?
He said he understood because at that time, I was not hinting at marrying or anything like that, and he kind of did surprise me out of nowhere with it.
And are you guys still seeing one another?
We're not currently seeing one another. I've decided to be friends with
There's
him,
no
and
friend.
I
You
think
you
he's friends with
you
me.
can't be friends. What are you talking about? What the fuck you women think you can talk about? Men aren't
Okay.
toys.
So maybe he has
Oh,
an
let
interest.
me
Maybe
back
he
this
has
up.
an
Let me back
interest.
this up. Are you friends with your
Okay.
daddy? Cause he
No.
hurt you, right? Fuck you
Yes.
mean you gonna be friends with a man you broke his heart?
I'm
I
sorry.
get it, but I need you ladies to stop this.
Mhm.
Which ultimately I was harsh because I need to get your attention. I had to slap you with what
Yeah.
you could understand so you could try to put yourself in his position.
Mhm.
This man proposed to you in front of family and you embarrassed him. So you can't be friends with this guy. You don't even you need to
Okay.
go no contact because he's probably not
Okay.
strong enough to go no contact with you. But if you care about him at all, you need to go no contact with him.
Okay.
You can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. Um, Whatever it is going forward, you got to stay in counseling. And
Yes.
trust me, people with issues get in relationships every day. But you're gonna have to be honest with that when you deal with somebody. You can't hide that,
Mhm.
and you have to stay doing the work. How often are you seeing your therapist?
I see my therapist about once to twice a week.
And how long you been seeing it? How
Can
long you been seeing your therapist?
uh 5 months. Can I just make
Go ahead.
one quick comment since I see it in your chat?
I don't care
Um
about the chat room. We don't do that.
okay, well can I just make a really quick comment?
Uh, Go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt you, so I just was asking.
Well, see, the reason I don't want you, okay, I need you to pay attention to me, not the chat room. They don't count.
Okay.
They don't count. You
Okay.
don't know them people.
Okay.
They don't know you. They don't know what you look like. See, along with abandonment issues, there also tend to be approval issues on the other side.
Sure.
You know, daddy wasn't there, so I got to stay on mama's good side. So I got a good approval of other people. This is why you keep looking at the chat room. You care what they say, but you don't know these folks. If you've been going 5 months, 2 week, once you said twice a week,
Mhm.
okay, then
Yes.
you got to continue to do that work. Are you actively? When do you plan on actively getting back out there dating?
Theoretically, when I feel like I would be a better product of society.
Well, that ain't never
So
gonna
I'm
happen,
really not
really. I mean, no, that's perfection. Nobody's perfect. You are who you are.
Okay.
You came out of the factory where you came out. But it's like, okay, think about it
Right.
this way. Let's say somebody who's an alcoholic or a drug addict, they get clean.
Mhm.
Should they always live life like they were homeless, like they were still you got to move forward.
Sure.
But the question is, do you know how to date? That's one thing that's missing a lot with
Do you want
black.
my opinion?
That's a rhetorical question. With black folks, it tends
Oh.
to be missing. Dating simply means interacting with a man, going out, sharing some time, keeping it. There may be sexual tension, but not crossing the sexual line until you know you're ready to handle all that. And but being very clear, not leading a man on.
Sure.
What I'm hearing right now is there's a lot of work, and at
Mhm.
29, the best thing you're gonna if you, the best thing to do is stay in the work because I asked you why you want to be married, and there was nothing about the man, the kind of man, the caliber of man. You're just not there yet.
Mhm.
Um, and there's a whole other individual that goes along with it, and it's more than just being a beautiful woman uh, and having some babies.
It I definitely feel like I have more to offer than just being beautiful. I think it's one of my least redeeming
Well, but what I'm
qualities.
saying is, you're almost 30, right?
Sure.
So
Yes.
one thing that doesn't wives of high value men, because I'm assuming you're talking about a man who's making mid six figures, low to mid six figures.
Mhm.
Yes, no. Are you talking about a guy who's making eighty
Oh,
thousand
I
dollars a
didn't
year?
know that was a
Are you
question.
looking at a man that's making $80,000 a year? You're looking at a guy who's making around $350,000 a year.
The
Right.
latter.
Those men tend to marry feminine, beautiful, inspirational women who are cooperative and submissive. Those women tend to
Sure.
have been raised to be wise. That's
And that's where I feel like I
well,
failed.
and and that's true. You weren't raised to be a white traditional wife. So
Mhm.
the likelihood of you being in a traditional marriage is not high.
Sure.
So that means there's going to have to be something else in marriage. Going to get a high value alpha male, that kind of stuff. They got women who are raised that way. So this is where
Sure.
women start having to make I don't want to say yeah concessions. And see, that's the bad word. We're not supposed to say compromise, but yeah, you're gonna have to compromise.
In what way?
Well, the same way he's gonna have to compromise dealing with you.
Sure.
I mean,
I guess I just wanted an example.
meaning maybe he okay. All right, here's a way. The man
Okay.
making that kind of money, he may have a child.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
may have a child. Uh,
I love
huh?
children. I love
Okay.
children. I've
Um,
dated a lot of men with children.
he also he may not be the best looking. He be above average, but he's not the best. He won't be Boris Kojo in that piece.
Understood. I don't care for pretty men.
So, and you be in order for any of us to have anything to work out, you're going to get 80% of what you want in somebody. Just like they're going to get 80% of you at best. And if a man is willing
Right.
to, if a man making that kind of bread is willing to deal with you, then you need to do whatever the hell you need to do to be willing to deal with him. That's why I asked you about your
Mhm.
previous guy, because apparently he kind of knew all this stuff about you. How long were you
Mhm.
guys together?
For 7
7
months.
months. And he wanted to, yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
Um,
I told you I feel imposter syndrome.
well, but at least you didn't, yeah, stay in the work.
You're right.
And like I said, compromises. You got a lot going on though. You got a lot going on. But here's the thing: if you don't stay doing the work, it's darn sure not going to work out. And
Right.
pretty women. You've been pretty your entire life, but that wall, sturdy, boom, and it has everything to do with a biological clock. After 35, it's downhill. So I would stay focused on doing the work, and then you got to get back out
Right.
there and start interacting with people uh, while you have time. You don't have a lot of time from a biological clock
Mm.
standpoint. Does
Right.
that make sense? All right,
Absolutely.
cool. Well, appreciate you calling in. These are getting more complex.
Thank
All
you
right, bye
so
bye.
much. Bye.
This call wasn't really about high value men. It was about the identity gap she's had since she was young. She talked about imposter syndrome with confidence. But when her father came up, her whole tone changed. That moment showed the real issue she's been avoiding. She has a habit of ruining relationships before they get serious. She has a pattern of backing away from men who commit to her. She struggles to accept compliments and positive attention. These behaviors didn't happen by accident. They came from years of expecting people to leave. When someone grows up without stability, love starts to look suspicious. She treated normal relationships like something dangerous. Kevin didn't expose confusion. He exposed unfinished personal work she keeps avoiding. She has achievements. She has education. She has good presentation skills. But none of that removes the internal problems she hasn't solved. She rejected a man who proposed to her. Not because he was unqualified, but because she didn't believe commitment could be real. A future can't work if someone doesn't believe they deserve it. Predictable pain feels safer to her than an uncertain future. That's why her relationships follow the same pattern. Healing isn't optional, it's required for the life she says she wants. If she keeps avoiding the past, she will repeat the same mistakes. Every new relationship will collapse for the same reasons as the last. Not because of the men, but because of the issues she hasn't handled. Being high value isn't about money, looks, or status. It's about internal stability. Without that stability, even a good relationship will fail. If she chooses to deal with her issues, she can break the cycle. If she doesn't, the same problems will continue. The outcome is her responsibility. Anyway, that's all. If this makes sense, hit subscribe. Drop what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you next time.